Yo, what's good? It's your boy Hard 8, the truth for YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Y'all already know the deal. If you missed my last video, the link is down below. Facebook group, gamer tags, all that good shit is down below, so make sure you go and check it out. Now, this is my review, my thoughts, my impressions, my opinion, whatever the fuck you wanna call it, for Infamous Second Son. Now, before I go on, this review will be spoiler free. I have a lot of people asking me, is this game worth $60? Should they go get it? Things like that. So in order for them to be able to watch this without ruining the story, the review will be spoiler free. You dig? Also, before I go on, if you are a PlayStation fag, if you are a fag boy, corporate slave, anything like that, you might want to leave the video right now. You might want to leave the video right now. I'm just saying. But if not, sit back, relax, and enjoy this review. Alright, so let's start with the main topic, the main feature that everybody seems to only care about when it comes to next generation. In fact, some of y'all are going to hear this and then run right off to go buy the game because you really don't care about nothing else. The graphics. The graphics are great. They're amazing. If you want a next-gen game to show off to people, or if you want a game if you want that next-gen experience when it comes to graphics, Infamous Second Son is definitely the game to get. If you don't care about nothing else but graphics, Infamous Second Son is for you. Now, the graphics is good. It's not up for debate. It's not up for argument. The graphics are great. Cool. Nothing else to talk about. Moving on. Now, I am surprised. I said yes, I am surprised that none of these quote-unquote professional reviewers, IGN, GameSpot, Adam Sessler, etc., spoke on how short the main story is. The main story of this game is very, very, very short. If you skip the side missions and just focus on the main story, like I know a lot of you guys do, you can care less about the side missions, you will beat this game in under 5 hours. Easily. Now, I got the game on Friday. I started playing Friday night, completed it by Sunday afternoon, and I didn't even put in no buku hours when I was playing this game. In fact, I'm halfway through the evil playthrough right now, and I just started that yesterday. I beat it with good karma, now I'm going through with bad karma. You know what I'm saying? And much of the game doesn't change depending on if you're bad or good. A little bit of dialogue is different, but for the most part, it's the same game, the same story. Some things might change at the end and things like that, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. You understand what I'm saying? So it really doesn't matter. I mean, you might want to go through it, twice just to be able to, fuck around with some of the evil powers and things like that, or see when you're spray painting, because when you're tagging shit, you can either choose to tag something evil or tag something good. So if you want to see what all of that looks like, things like that. But it's really no difference. The main story is very short. And it's not anything to write home about, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a story that you probably done seen before in another game or in a movie or whatever like that. Basically, just to give you a overview of the story without ruining anything, 3 conduits are on their way to jail, bioterrorists, whatever you want to call them, depending on how you look at them. They're on their way to jail. They escape. One of them run into Delsin. Delsin actually gets his power. And then the evil corporation, the main villain, Augustine, is out to find these 3 escapees. She run into Delsin, and I keep saying Dowson. It's Delsin. She runs into him in his in his village, in his neighborhood, causes pain on the people in the village, and now Delsin has to pretty much try to save the day. That's just the basis of the story without giving it away. You know what I'm saying? So take that for what it's worth. Now, the main story is very short. After you've done the main story, you are left with these side missions. And these side missions, for lack of a better word, are bullshit. And they take about a couple of seconds to complete most of them. And you will do them over and over and over again. Now, after you do them the first couple of times, it's fine. But once you keep on doing them, it becomes a fucking chore. It becomes a chore. And like I said, they can be completed in a matter of seconds. Take the hidden cameras side missions, for instance. You go to an area and destroy a hidden camera. In fact, the area that you go to where you start the side mission, you don't even have to move. You could just look up, find a small little camera, destroy it, side mission complete. And you will do that over and over again. You got the drug dealer side mission. You go to an area, there's a couple of thugs, kill them, subdue them, destroy the drugs, side mission complete. You will do this over and over again. It gets very repetitive. Very. And it just becomes a fucking chore. It seems like the developers were having a hard time balancing fun factor and something feeling like a chore. Something feeling like it's fun to do to something feeling like it's a goddamn chore to do. And after a while, that's what this game becomes. A fucking chore. You understand what I'm saying? You have the activists, the street performers, and the sign twirlers. These are side missions. You can complete these by firing one shot or throwing one punch. I bullshit you not. In fact, while you're running down the street, if you just see a activist, a group of activists or a street performer, all you got to do is just fire something at them and just keep it moving. Side mission fucking complete. And they pop up all over the city. So you will do that over and over and over again. And then you have tagging, where you go around spray painting shit. You know, the first couple of times it's cool. The way they implemented it with the controller, you know, depending on the color, the spray paint would be the color of the light bar and things like that. It's cool. You can pick between putting up an evil painting or a good one. And depending on how you play in the game, you choose whatever one you want. And after you do this a few times, it becomes fucking boring and repetitive. Over and over, it's the same animation. He puts up a board, do some tape, twirl around the spray paint can, over and over again. God damn. That shit funny to me. Now, I'm talking about side missions a lot because after you beat the insanely short main story, that's all that is left is side missions, collecting audio files. All of these side missions take seconds to complete, but you will do them over and over again. Now, once you get a certain area to 30% or below of being controlled by the DUP, you can start a district showdown. Now, this varies from a few seconds to a few minutes, depending on how you tackle it. But at the end of the day, it can be completed very quick. And you would do this over and over again. You go around, you destroy these command centers. You know what I'm saying? You destroy these command centers to help bring down the control of the DUP. And you do that over and over. Same animation over and over. Explosion the same. Like, everything is just so repetitive in this game. Now, you get 4 powers. I won't ruin the last power for you, but in the first 10 minutes, you can find out what that last power is going to be. You get 4 powers: smoke, neon, and this digital shit that I don't like, but I love neon and I like smoke. You know what I mean? I use those the most. But the powers, I mean, there's so many upgrades to the powers. I mean, the upgrade tree is massive. I mean, you can get a whole bunch of different powers, do a whole bunch of different shit with your fucking powers. There's all types of upgrades. So when it comes to powers, you have plenty things to do with your fucking powers. Plenty of upgrades. Plenty of fucking, variety with your powers. So that's great. That is definitely great. Now, the controls are flawless. The controls are great. Everything moves as it should. There's just one problem. And this has been a problem in Infamous 1, it's a problem in Infamous 2, and now it's a problem in Infamous Second Son. And this is scaling walls. Scaling walls can be pretty bumpy when you're trying to jump up a wall and he's not grabbing and it's glitching into the wall and shit like that. This has been a problem on all 3 games, and it's just seemed like they cannot fix it. But it's nothing game breaking or anything like that. Fuck it, if you got your neon power, just run up the fucking wall, and if you got smoke, just go through a goddamn vent and you're fine. As far as the open world go, as far as the city of Seattle, at times, the things that go on in the world is pretty impressive. Like when you're running around and you got good karma, people are trying to take pictures of you, people are screaming out, good job, they're calling you Superman, they're calling you a hero, things like that. But then there's times where there's a bunch of fucking mayhem going on. I'm throwing bombs, I'm blowing shit up, I'm beating people the fuck up, and the pedestrians are just walking back and forth like ain't nothing going on. Like it was this one part where there was a burning helicopter, the whole area was destroyed and on fire, and the pedestrians are just walking through this shit like it's just another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like, do you not see the fucking disaster that just went on around you? I mean, at times it's like, what the hell is going on? It's like the world is really just, it's not that good. It's really just there. You know what I mean? The world is really just there. Now, people want to know, is this game worth $60? Should I buy this game? If you don't care about side missions, and I know a lot of y'all don't, you only care about the main story, I would say if you can, rent this game. But if you want to get a trophy, you want to get the platinum, and things like that, then you can probably buy the game because you would get a lot of hours out of it. I think it took somebody like 30 hours to get the platinum, and he played it like straight through. Like he said he only went to sleep for 6 hours. You understand what I'm saying? And it took him 30 hours to get the platinum. So if you're going for the platinum, you will get a lot of value out of this game. But it becomes very tedious and it becomes a chore. The same goes with the boss fights. The boss fights are not anything exciting at all. They're not anything exciting. They are very tedious, and it becomes like a chore on the damn boss fights. Like you just sitting there, and they got the same 3 or 4 different moves that they do over and over again. And once you figure it out, you can pretty much beat the boss fights easily. You know what I mean? Except when, you keep dying, because you can die very easy on this game if you get hit too many times. Like people saw when I was live streaming the last boss fight on Twitch. But it's just a tedious chore. That's how this whole game feels. After a while, it's not even fun no more. It's like just going through the motions. Let me do another side mission. What I'm going to do? Okay, let me go around and tag, or let me go and beat up a couple gang members. But it's just, this is not the next-gen experience I was hoping for. It's just not much there to do after you beat the main game. It's not. The side missions are a fucking joke. They are. Just not much to do after you beat the game. So for me, I'm still waiting for that next gen experience that I've been looking for. You know what I mean? Hopefully, Watch Dogs will bring that, or The Order. But until then, Infamous is not the one. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad game. Infamous is not a bad game. It's average at best. It's definitely mediocre. It has like an 80 on Metacritic. Yes, I would agree with that. The 80 suits this game perfectly. Now, if you only care about graphics, then you're probably going to love this game. But for everything else, Nah, man. After you beat the main story, it's just not much to do unless you're a trophy hunter. You know what I mean? The side missions are uninteresting besides the Cole side mission, which gives you a backstory on Cole. But all these other side missions, they just like, whatever. Let me go ahead and beat up these activists, or let me go ahead and fucking beat up these drug dealers. And it's just the same shit over and over. Let me run around collecting blast shards. And it's just, it's whatever, man. But that's my review. If you care about getting like a platinum, I would say buy it. If you don't, I would say rent it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't care about these side missions, if you don't want to rid the whole Seattle of the DUP, then which you would need to do if you want to get a platinum, I would say just rent it. You know what I mean? It's a mediocre game at best. It's average at best. It is what it is. And that's my review. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. This your boy Hard8, and I'm Al. Deuces.
Hey! Hey! New shoes on the Range Rover, good with mine. Motherfuckers act like I